Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of Crusader Kings 2. I've been feeling a bit sick recently, but I'm feeling a little bit better for the moment, so I wanted to make a little video just to kind of update you all on what's going on. First of all, I've been playing this on my own a little bit, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, just doing a lot of little like alternate timeline sort of things. And I thought I'd show some of those off just to kind of give you an idea of what's possible. So here is my most recent save game with my alternate timeline. And you'll notice here that I've conquered lots of stuff. I got, Mauritania here. I'm also the King of France and the King of Ireland. Pretty overwhelmingly powerful. France is now basically marginalized. Castile is really weak. In fact, I think I conquered them in an auto-save file. Yeah, so Castile's gone, but I've had a little rebellion here. So, and you also notice just Poland is nuts. Supposedly the Mongols are coming. Here they are. So it's just kind of neat. Like the game constantly changes. Like the more you play it, the more kind of options you'll have, and it's really pretty awesome. So I just wanted to show that off before we get back into what I was doing. There's another alternate timeline where my ruler is a black guy, and I never lost Granada in this one. Just a lot of little cool changes happen. And there's so much randomness in this game that it really makes a difference. So anyway, back to what we were doing here. If you'll recall, the last thing we did was we fully secured Abu Bakr as the true ruler of the Ghizarnid Sultanate by killing his brother. We also castrated Leon, and we're still basically at the mercy of France or Castile if they were to ally themselves with each other. So we really need to focus more on attempting to defeat Castile, because Castile is much smaller than France. So we need to take as much territory from Castile as possible with the aid of France. Now, last time I wanted to bribe the French king, but I don't have enough money. It's going to be incredibly important to do that before long. We don't want France to invade us, and we don't want and we want security against the Holy Roman Empire, which is very, very threatening, as you can tell. So all those things need to happen before long. The Holy Roman Empire is incredibly strong, as I've mentioned. These rebellions have damaged it a little bit, but even with that, he's still got 25,000 men raisable, which is far more than us. And the French are again very strong. So just looking at this, once we get around that level of high, so one thing we have to remember is that because they're Christians, they can hire these holy orders against us, which means that that's basically 10,000 men they don't really have to pay for. So I always try to add 10,000 to any estimate of what they have. Hang on. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I was saying, I always try to add 10,000 troops to any estimate. So basically, if you see France here has 26,000, that's really 36,000, and so forth. And the reason is because if you declare a holy war on somebody, that gives I guess it's actually not necessarily a holy war. Just if they're defending against somebody, then they are able to raise those men. So even Leon here, which I've already basically defeated, they can get. It says they can only get 1,500. It's more like 1,100. So it's a disadvantage to be a Muslim in this situation, because yeah, we can only raise that many, and Leon, we would definitely need help to beat Leon again. So my next goal is to take this guy out. I want to finish off the Abbadids here in Silves. That's going to be short term. My next long term is I wanted to talk about a little bit about another method of conquest. This is available to both. This is available to both Christians and Muslims, but Muslims are able to use it a lot more liberally than Christians. Christians have to apply for it with the Pope, but Muslims can use it just as long as they're a different religion. I am actually able to use this command called invasion upon my enemies. And what that does is it'll let me target a kingdom. So I can basically say, okay, I want to conquer France. And anything that is under the de jure rule of France, I can conquer. Just totally straight up. Like, that's how I got Ireland in that last game, that's how I got France in this game, and that's how I ultimately got Castile. Well, not ultimately, but that's how I really hurt Castile. So you'll notice that these guys have areas that are de jure part of my kingdom. And so I'm actually able to invade that and just take all of it. So I could actually potentially, if I were to win a war with Castile, I could take everything from Molina, Cuenca, Toledo, La Mancha, Calatrava, Caceres, and Alcantara in one war. That would do two things. It would basically destroy. I mean, it wouldn't destroy Castile, but it would make them much weaker, and I would basically be able to. I would be much stronger than them, and they would not be that much of a threat on their own. That would also make return, to me a lot of the land that is really mine. Like, all of this stuff is technically my land. So it's my next goal. I mean, that's my ultimate next goal. I want to invade Castile and have French support in that invasion, because there's no way I can win without having French support. So that's what I'm probably going to do next episode. I'm not going to do that this episode because this is just a little bit of a world traveler episode and a little bit of a preview. There's also the option of expanding to Africa, and I am definitely going to be exploring that. I think that at this point I need to try to stop the Holy Roman Empire getting more territory in here. They could basically just roll over these guys. So I want, as has been sort of my calling card, I want to unite Islam against Christianity. So in order to do that, I need to finish off these small sheiks. I need to take over all this area in Africa, and that will get me a united front against these two superpowers, France and the Holy Roman Empire. Another thing is the Byzantine Empire remains extremely strong. And that will continue to have negative effects on this moral authority here, the Sunni Muslim moral authority. So I am not anticipating a huge amount of luck with that. It's possible that if I were to beat Castile and so forth, then that Muslim moral authority would go back up a lot. But I don't want to count on that. So I've talked about this at length before, but I'm just going to readdress it, and it will become more of an issue once I start taking over these areas from Castile, which have already become Catholic. So I will have a lot of Catholic areas. Turns out you can actually use Catholic areas. I've learned that since I spoke about it before. But you have a much higher rebellion rate, there's a much higher revolt rate, and you have a tendency to have a lot of little fewer men. So it's negative. It's a negative thing to have a lot of Catholic territories, and I hope that I can reverse the trend, hopefully reverse this moral authority and get it to something more reasonable, like say 40 or 50. That's a heavy goal, but I think I can manage as long as I continue to do well. So another possible goal would be an invasion of Sicily. Invasions, I didn't mention this earlier, but invasions are something you could only do when you have 500 piety. Now, the fact that Abu Bakr here, his ambition is to become a paragon of virtue, so he needs to get 500 piety to get this. And once he gets this, he'll actually gain 100 piety. So, obviously you never want to be caught with 0 piety or around 0 piety, because piety is more valuable than prestige by far as a Muslim. So he's gonna immediately jump to 600 piety once he gets 6 more, which will be no time at all. Once that happens, he can then invade anywhere he wants. I'm gonna definitely invade Castile, but I'm gonna wait until I get the gold from to France and have their support. Obviously, I couldn't even really beat Lyon without France. I definitely can't beat Castile. I can check out their reign, their liege. I mean, their liege levy is about equal to mine, but again, add 10,000 plus they're gonna ally with Navarra, they're gonna ally with whoever, so that'll add lots of people. So that's really all I wanted to say for this episode. I'm planning on I'm hoping that I can do a nice little marathon one of these sessions before too long. But the reality is, I have a condition right now that's lasted a while, actually over a month, and the condition is very, very erratic. Sometimes I feel fairly all right, and sometimes I just feel incredibly awful. A long video game session is something that's very difficult for me at the moment. So I've played Morrowind a bit. I've uploaded some of those, and I hope you guys are enjoying those. If that's your thing, if not, fair enough. But I've been trying to cut down on the length of all of my videos as a result of this situation. So putting out regular Crusader Kings 2 videos is something that I really want to do because I have a lot of fun doing it, and I can tell you guys like it. I can tell that I have a nice little dedicated viewer base, and I appreciate all of you guys. I feel bad that I'm not able to put out content more regularly, but I don't know what else to tell you. So I hope that you guys understand a bit of where I'm coming from in that, and I hope you guys will be ready for my next, the continuation of this, and to see what Abu Bakr can accomplish. And as you saw, I mean, like that individual thing, that other game, excuse me. A lot of things are possible. Anything could happen, though. I mean, like I said in the first video, my real goal would be to form the Arabian Empire here. The reason I haven't done it is because the Holy Roman Empire has been in this area, and really I can't jump over them to attack the Fatimids. It would be too difficult. So I've just been pushing against France and pushing against Castile and expanding where I can. But it's possible that the Holy Roman Empire, this region, will fall into total disarray, and I'll be able to take it. Anything can happen. That's one of the great things about this game. So I hope that you'll stick with me, and we'll continue this another time. So have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys soon, before very long. Take care.